It's an absolute pleasure to be here today. I'm Rob Zagarella, co-founder and CEO of NNNCo, and I'm joined today with Tony Tilbrook, our CTO and COO, and Vice Chair of the Asia region for the LoRa Alliance. We are both proud to be speaking on behalf of NNNCo, but also as ambassadors of the LoRa Alliance. In fact, it was 7 years ago that I attended the first LoRa Alliance meeting here in Paris and announced the launch of NNNCo at that time. That was actually to quite a small bunch of people, to be honest. We've all certainly come a long way as a community, and today we're here to talk to that. We want to take you on a journey with a bigger purpose. Tony and I want to show you how the LoRaWAN ecosystem is making the world a better place by enabling industries to be more in sync with the physical world and thereby making better decisions to improve the world around us. LoRaWAN technology is enabling us to connect with the world around us like never before, particularly as we enter the age of data. The global, flexible, and scalable architecture of LoRaWAN is enabling this to occur, therefore driving down the cost of development and global use of all of this data. For the first time, LoRaWAN is global and ready to be used around the world. It means that industries can measure the location and performance of their assets and drive efficiencies in a way never seen before and at a cost base that can scale economically. A great example of this is the work undertaken by Actility with their global roaming hub model, which is essentially uniting operators from around the world, such as NNNCo, to leverage each other's data, coverage, and capability. This is due to a standard that has now become ubiquitous and global, and without anything really to compare to it. Why? Because it's a global ITU standard. It's ultra low power, it's two-way communication, and it's wide area network point to multi-point technology. And of course, as we know, it's low cost. But don't take our word for it. We're just a couple of Aussies from down under with cool hairdos. But seriously, we're going to take you on a journey based on our customers' experiences and show you the problems they are solving by connecting the physical world to the digital world and across many industries for the first time.
Thanks, Rob. So, since the industrial age, we've been impacting and changing our world. It's true to say that we've been measuring and monitoring the best we can to understand our environment. And as Rob mentions, we are indeed on a journey from the Industrial Revolution to the age of data, enabled by the Internet of Things, or in this case, more specifically, enabled by LoRaWAN. Only now, in the age of LoRaWAN, do we truly have the capability to measure, monitor, and control on a massive scale. Being able to measure everything we do, anywhere in the world and at any time. For the first time, LoRaWAN is now enabling industry, cities and communities, businesses and individuals to be able to collect and manage information for truly data-driven decisions. But why? Most of us know, but let's restate. LoRaWAN's pervasive, ubiquitous technology is driven by an alliance of industry experts. What does this mean? It means that we indeed can collect, visualize, and understand data to sense the environment and infrastructure anywhere and at any time to monitor and control. But there are a few fundamental reasons why LoRaWAN just makes sense. The standards-based and global means it's easy and it's repeatable and getting easier. LoRaWAN boasts the best wireless performance and hence coverage performance of any communications protocol on the planet. Its truly bidirectional capability results in the ability to both measure and control, and its flexible architecture provides for scale up and scale down. The protocol enables the lowest power consumption of any communication system, extending battery life and lowering cost for a wide area network. It's the ability to do these things at scale to monitor and control with flexible deployment models and commercial models. But why does it matter? Well, we in Australia understand as well, if not better than many, the importance in being able to know what's going on in our environment. Over recent years, we've experienced the full gamut of natural conditions, from extreme drought to some of the worst wildfires to extreme weather conditions causing floods, which indeed we're seeing right now in Sydney. This just serves to highlight the need to be proactively making decisions, helping to take preventative actions. The impact of these extreme events on our infrastructure, such as power, water, roads, and hence people, is truly profound. We will see later how having a model of the real world can truly make a difference by understanding, for example, where power lines may be at risk, knowing where and when to deploy resources to mitigate the ignition of a wildfire. But I want to take us down on a smaller scale. We're now able to measure what's happening to and our impact on the real world in a way that is sustainable, repeatable, and scalable, both massive and to the minutiae. In the next few slides, we'll provide some examples. One such example is Livingston City Council in Queensland, Australia. Creative individuals within the city of Livingston, which is a relatively small city in Australia, recognise the need to work with the community to solve a particular problem. That problem was how to help the turtle hatchlings find their way to start their life's journey. You see, hatchlings, we probably all know, find their way from their nest to quickly escape the hostile and open hunting grounds of the beach, where seagulls and other predatory birds hunt them to the relative safety of the ocean. How do they do this? Well, in the absence of other light, they simply follow the light of the moon to the sea. But in the pre-urbanised environment, of course, there's no problem. But in the age of the urbanised coastline, with street lights, shop lights, and more, the hatchlings can become confused and actually head to the road, crossing to their almost certain demise. Managing streetlights by dimming and extinguishing the lights in the local area means the turtles are no longer confused, and instead of finding their way to the local drinking establishment, real story, they instead find their way to the relative safety of the ocean. As stated by our colleague and partner at Livingston City Council, Matt Newman, yes, last nesting season was successful, with proper lighting and dimming combined with positive community assistance by closing curtains and turning off lights. All the hatchlings made their way to the deep blue sea. LoRaWAN made this possible.
LoRaWAN also works on a massive scale, citywide in the case of the city of Gold Coast, where 1,300 square kilometres of coverage is available across the city, urban and hinterland areas. Gold Coast Water, a division of the city of Gold Coast, is driving sustainability through water savings. Approximately 5,000 smart water meters have been installed, providing real-time monitoring of water consumption for the top 5,000 commercial customers in the region. The benefits is early detection of water leaks, preventing water losses, or what they call non-revenue water in utility speak. 11,000 leaks have been detected through these meters over the last 18 months. Cost savings are due to the fewer water leak rebates that the utility has to provide to its customers, and also, of course, improved water consumption patterns and improved customer service. Another is the pressure reduction valve monitoring program, which is a real-time monitoring of water pressure distributed throughout the water infrastructure network of Gold Coast Water. Previously, it was uneconomical to deploy with traditional SCADA, but with LoRaWAN, the system was deployed at 1/10 of the SCADA cost. And in terms of benefits, we're talking about early detection of pressure issues, reducing negative customer experiences. Previously, Gold Coast Water was identified of these issues via customers calling in complaining of no hot water when having a shower. Now they have early detection of these faults and can replace and fix before failures actually occur. And this is a great example of asset-intensive customers being able to move from periodic maintenance to just-in-time maintenance. There's also additional benefits around the interoperability of data across the utility within the divisions of the utility. Data from the smart metering rollout and the pressure release valve deployment is being shared amongst multiple platforms and systems within the Gold Coast Water organization due to the NNNCo end-to-end deal data layer, which comes as part of the telco LoRaWAN network. This has allowed the utility to drive multiple business cases and value adds from the same device deployment without the additional and typical integration costs.
NNNCo, with our partner Wellness Tech Group, is proud to be part of an innovative project in the city of Montevideo, Uruguay. NNNCo is deploying a network across the entire city to monitor and control 70,000 streetlights over 200 square kilometres, servicing 1.2 million inhabitants. Enabled by the low cost of LoRaWAN, its truly unique ability to allow control of thousands of devices through downlink multicast, lighting is now truly manageable. Unlike other communications protocols, which handle downlink and management at scale by sending messages one by one to controllers and to dim and control large numbers of devices, LoRaWAN provides multicast capability, which truly allows for a single message to be sent to a group at a street level, suburb, or even citywide scale, of course, saving money and time. But in addition, the over-the-top play of LoRaWAN also allows for the city to not only service a single use case, which may be the situation with some proprietary systems, but rather empowers the city to manage and monitor all their other sensing requirements. LoRaWAN is a truly scalable, both in volume of sensors, but also across the plethora of needs across our cityscape.
The cotton industry in Australia and around the world is working hard to drive a more sustainable industry. Cotton, however, requires a surprisingly vast amount of water to realise a bale of cotton. To put that into perspective, approximately 600 litres of water is required to make a single cotton t-shirt. By monitoring canopy temperature, soil moisture, combined with real-time weather data and some clever algorithms, results in a decision support system allowing farmers to know exactly when to turn on their irrigation systems, and hence providing massive water savings, operational efficiencies, plus significant increase in yield, resulting in net benefits, but whilst also delivering a more sustainable operation for the industry. The LoRaWAN network is supporting the deployment of this decision support system, in this case with GoField Plus from Goanna Ag, one of NNNCo's solution provider partners, which includes a package of devices and services such as real-time soil moisture probes, temperature sensors, and a mobile and desktop app that allows researchers and farmers to monitor canopy temperature stress in real time. 90,000 square kilometres of LoRaWAN coverage was deployed across the majority of Australia's cotton belt to realise these benefits. Return on investment is approximately 600%, and over $100 per hectare in tangible, realisable benefit for the industry. Global benefits, of course, are also possible as a solution is rolled out to other countries. Power lines can sag from high loads or strong winds by up to 10 metres in extreme weather events, as you can see from the video footage. At these high voltages measured in thousands of volts, outages caused can result in large regions having no access to power, and in some cases can cause cascading outages across the utility networks. The NNNCo LoRaWAN networks in areas of remote Australia are now being used with highly sophisticated LoRaWAN integrated devices installed directly on these high voltage conductors. These devices are detecting the flow of current through the conductors and reporting back through the LoRaWAN network to identify where the fault condition occurred along the power lines, which actually caused the outage. Fault crews are then sent to that location rather than patrolling typically a much larger area, and usually during the middle of the night. In addition, when a fault event occurs, the devices take a snapshot of high resolution current data and also send that back over the LoRaWAN network. And for those of you familiar with the LoRaWAN standards, the devices are intelligent enough to switch from Class A to Class C mode temporarily in order to send the high resolution data over the LoRaWAN network while ensuring a long mission life for the device. The temperature of the conductors is also measured, and this can help provide the levels of sagging that typically occurs due to high load and high temperature of the conductors. So again, this is enabling utilities to move from periodic to just-in-time maintenance of, in this case, their critical assets. This improves safety, preventing bushfires and live conductors on the ground.
Another example, moving into a more granular scale. Industry, creatively leveraging the power of LoRaWAN, NNNCo is proud to be part of a true new innovation in the construction industry, working with our partner Hilti across many countries and across multiple continents, using a single network server via our partner Actility and simplifying the integration into the downstream applications using end-to-end DL, our platform. NNNCo is supplying a standardized gateway and network offering, enabling the use cases to lower costs and improve safety, saving money and resources, including energy, and hence improving efficiency. You see, LoRaWAN, as we all know, via the standardization made possible by an open alliance of industry experts, means that devices and network can be deployed anywhere at any time while not having to deal with the complexities of multiple integrations.
The NTAG is a peel and stick LoRaWAN temperature logging solution. It really speaks to the disruptive innovation made possible due to the ultra low power consumption of LoRaWAN communication, combined with MEMS sensors and the advancement of microcontroller based CPU and memory packaging. It's also a device that can be disposed of without harming the environment. Some of the key use cases this is driving includes cold food chain tracking. This has been successfully trialled in Australia by one of the largest food distributors with thousands of devices, providing 15-minute temperature tracking of food pallets from the ag supplier to the distribution centres and beyond. Also, real-time inventory management within the agricultural supply chain. This has again been successfully trialled with the largest supply chain management system provider to the ag, chemical and seed market in Australia. The labels are simply stuck to the assets and then monitored from delivery to the manufacturer, to the third-party logistics warehouse, then to the retail ag store, before being finally picked up for delivery by a farmer. This is driving significant efficiencies throughout the supply chain process. And excitingly, both of these use cases, of course, have applicability globally, further taking advantage of the global nature of LoRaWAN networks and devices. This is one of the most exciting projects to date. Virtual Tas is a new joint venture company formed between NZEN, a global energy and water digital transformation company, and Tas Networks, the transmission and distribution energy network provider for Tasmania. The first step in Tasmania was to extend the NNNCo LoRaWAN network in partnership with Tas Networks. This occurred in 2019. The next step is to leverage sensor data from this network and feed it into a digital twin of Tasmania, resulting in what we call a live virtual twin. NZEN will capture high-resolution LiDAR data at effectively significantly high resolutions that has been captured previously. The data is owned by the Virtual Tasmania joint venture, providing significant upside for the local state of Tasmania. The data is made available to multiple sectors through the platform. And the combination of sensor data, for example, from the high voltage conductors we saw earlier, together with this 4D mapping technology, results in an elegant example of how we can represent the physical world in the digital world to solve real world problems and essentially make the world a better place. Next up is a short video describing some of the benefits.
I think there's a myriad of problems that are going to be solved, and I think a lot of them stem from having real-time information of what's actually happening with assets in the field. I mean, you think about utilities and think about the sagging of conductors with transmission lines, and actually being able to monitor that sag over a period of time to have early warnings into safety issues. You know, we think about Tas Water and water infrastructure and bringing back real-time water consumption data, bringing back, you know, moving their asset maintenance cycles from periodic maintenance to just-in-time maintenance, and just saving significant amounts of dollars in those areas. They're two really key examples that come to life.
So there are many other examples of how this data-driven decision capability can help transform industries such as emergency fire and rescue, forestry commission, cities, water infrastructure, as we spoke about. And again, the ubiquitous nature of LoRaWAN also means that NNNCo and NZN and others can now take this capability as a product to the rest of the world.
So what does it all mean, I guess? So for the first time, LoRaWAN has enabled the management and monitoring at a macro scale across cities, vast areas of agricultural land, improving efficiencies in construction, healthcare, safety, all the way down to a local scale, helping turtle hatchlings find their way. Ultimately, it's about people and our effect. Being able to understand our impact on the natural and built environments. So LoRaWAN is all about empowering the collection of information at a cost which is affordable, a technology which is scalable and flexible, allowing us to make data-driven decisions which will make a real difference to improve sustainability, efficiency, livability, and for the first time we now have that capability, and now it's just up to all of us to choose to use it. Thank you.